Good evening and welcome to the Next Gen Virtual Focus Cup for season number 19. It's a fantastic little league, this. And hopefully we'll get a decent amount of racing here at Dragon Trail Seaside for round 9. Just quickly pop a post out in the Next Gen Facebook group. Get the stream up. Good evening, PK. How are you, bud? Good to see you. Now, I think we have got a couple more people on their way. Logan Greenway firing up, and I believe we also have another person joining. There is Logan Greenway. And there is the second person who... Dusk Guyver. Logan Greenway in the chat. Obviously, if you're on the stream or watching the stream, qualifying has started. We've got 7 minutes remaining. The drivers we have in session are 18:05. TNR Philo, P Gib 92, Snav Bifter, Hirakram, Logan Greenway, and Dusk Guyver, who will hopefully be entering the track shortly. So through the chicane of death here at Croatia, as this is one of the most famous corners in GT Sport, for this little section here, that little left-right, you get it wrong and it causes utter chaos. So we've got a 10-minute qualifying followed by a 20-minute sprint race, no tyre wear, no fuel wear, racing soft tyres, 250 brake horsepower underneath these cars through the front wheels. The 1805 in the K&N car. Now taking a bit of a draft from Philo ahead of him in the Rob Sims car. DWAS, yes, you do have time to join, mate. We've got just over 5 minutes of qualifying left, so get boots up, get in. Let's go racing, as they say. Dusk Guyver has left the room, so I wonder if he hasn't got a focus. And D Whitehouse is en route, which is good to see. So obviously Hirokram, who's down in 6th, is already champion. He's now just fighting for every point he can possibly lay his hands on within this league. He's setting a purple sector time, so I'm going board with the champion for a lap of Dragon Trail Seaside in a minute. So we've got on board with Hirokram. So up towards turn 1, just a flat right-hander. Turn 2, 90-degree left-hander. Use as much grip as you can. He's not quite opened up 3 as much as he'd probably like to. 4, just a flat left. 5, flat right-hander, and then you'll be heavy braking into 6. This is like almost like a hairpin 90-degree right-hander. D Whitehouse might want to change his tyres. He's on heavy wets at the moment. 7, just a flat right. 8. So lift to make the front end bind, then bring the throttle back in, and then it should be flat through the next right-hander, through the left-hander. Philo clipping the gravel there through the S's section. Then up over the hill, down towards the hairpin right to end the second sector. Now up to the chicane. So this chicane easy, it's just a flat right, flat left, use all the curb possible. And there's the chicane of death, the left-right version. It's slightly tighter, still flat as long as you have the right line. And then into the final corner, coasting in that from Hirokram, using 3rd gear up to 4th maybe on the exit. No, he's going to go towards the pit lane and won't finish off the lap. But he is currently on pole position right now. So there's Philo, 1805 having a good run at the moment, 155.5. P. Gibb with the 55.6. It's now getting very sideways through the chicane of death. He's on his current lap. He should get one more in. Just a minute to go. There's Bifter, he's on a 56.6, so not a lot of time between everyone here. Lone Greenway, he's going to get time for a flying lap, but that's about it. There is D Whitehouse. He will be... Will he get around? He might just about get a lap in there, and then there's Duskgovia. Duskgiver, I think it is. Actually, not running intended delivery, obviously a late minute filler in terms of that. So Hirokram has managed to crash his game, I think. Meanwhile, someone's coming to the line. That's Philo. He has finished his qualifying. He is currently on pole position because of Hirakram having to back out to fix that game issue. 18.05 in second, P. Gibb third, Lone Greenway fourth, Snav in fifth, Bifta sixth so far, D. Whitehouse in seventh, and Guyver. I think see who's the person, but here comes P. Gibb. What can he do on this latest lap? Puts his second on the grid at 55.3. Snav coming through the final corner now on his final attempt here. Doesn't go any quicker on that lap. Guyver, he is on a out lap, so just cycling through. Logan Greenway through the final corner. He's looking, I don't say slow, but it's probably normal pace. That's because, no, he's gone off, so that's definitely not going to be working. Let me just go through it. That's Bifta there, letting D. Whitehouse through. Hirakram is back in. Cross the line for D. Whitehouse. What can he make of this lap? It's going to be fourth place for him and a 55.6. So Philo will take pole position because of Hirakram having to back out. He won't be starting on pole. Is Hirakram coming? Hirakram is coming out of the pit, so I wonder if he completes the first sector. Nah, actually, he's got enough points as it is. I suspect Hirakram won't mind starting at the back anyway. He's already won the title, so. Here we go, round 9 of the Virtual Focus Cup. If you could get him to the bag, that's it. Make him fight for it. Philo on pole position with P. Gibb alongside. 18.05 in third, D. Whitehouse fourth, Logan Greenway fifth, Snav sixth, Bifta seventh, Guyver in eighth, Hirakram in ninth. The lights are on, and we are green at Dragon Trail. Seaside is a good start from Philo, and it looks like a good one from D. Whitehouse behind P. Gibb. He's looking to the inside for turn 1, the flat right-hander. 18.05 up to second, Logan Greenway. Up to third is a horrible start from P. Gibb as he drops through the field towards turn 2. Logan Greenway looking down the inside of 18.05. That's for second place. Looks like we've all got away cleanly so far. Let's make sure everyone gets through the next corner. Yes, we do. We're all through turn 3. And P. Gibb, Bifta, I think, a little bit of a collection. Hirakram looking to the outside. That's on Snav. Now switch it to the inside for turn 6. It's a good move. Often using these lower power, I say lower power cars, but lower grade cars, shall we say, in terms of the road cars. Crucially, you make every move count. So Hirakram already up to 5th place as they snake down towards the S's for the first time, but whilst they're in a line. Let's have a look here at P. Gibb. So he's on the outside coming up towards turn 3. He's trying to roll it around the outside of D. Whitehouse. Oh, he just gets squeezed onto the gravel, and that causes that slowness there. But he's on the back of Staff as we speak. Things with the chicane of death for the first time. Is anyone gonna? Let's watch Philo through it. Looks fine. Everyone getting through there, just about. Bifta with a slight wiggle on the exit, but we're all through. And meanwhile, Logan Greenway to the inside of 18.05. Here comes D. Whitehouse, slotting it to the inside as well, taking advantage of that open door. He was slotting in between, pick up the slipstream from Logan Greenway. We are a lap in the book. Well, Snav still has P-Gib on his chuff here. As I say that, we go back to the front because D. Whitehouse looking to the outside of Logan Greenway. Logan gives him far too much room and it's going to cost him to 18.05 as well. 18.05 still with his nose in there. Wow, the door closes very imminently from Logan, but very generous that from Logan Greenway through turn 3. Didn't squeeze D. Whitehouse at all, actually. He left him about 3 car widths. The Dorenza driving in a very generous mood, I would say, in that section of the circuit. Through the S's for the second time. P-Gib has fallen off the back of Snav just a little bit. 0.8 of a second. He does currently have Bifter for company. Well, Centeno 26 has joined. He was a filler last week because he's a bit late this time. Back at the front though, and Herocram has suddenly got to the lead of this race. Got to second place. I don't know how. Through the S's by the looks of it. 18.05 is past D. Whitehouse, so obviously something's occurred there. And Herocram has been let loose to go after Philo. Meanwhile, for third, it's still got a raging battle. Here we go, side by side once again. Bifter's got past P-Gib. Looked went defensive and it's cost him. It's going to cost him to 18.05. This time I think 18.05 should get the move done, but Lone Greenway still entitled there. Into 6, and yes, good move from 18.05. Good opportunistic move. I want to go back to this little battle because Bifter, P-Gib side by side. P-Gib getting through. He was already behind when the replay started, so maybe a small mistake. Maybe he clipped the wire out of the chicane of death, I'd have said, is quite a likely possibility if you just clip the wall, but he's alongside Snav this time. He's had a bit of trouble trying to get past Snav. Makes the mistake. Snav looks to the inside, thinks better of it. We'll look for a better exit. He's not quite going to get it before the chicane of death though. Let's have another look at that. And boy, you see Snav getting a little bit of a wiggle through the left-hander of the S's, and just that momentum carries with P-Gib. So up to 6th for P-Gib, and he's looking to chase down Logan Greenway. Is at near the front. 18.05 is having a great race so far. He's challenging D. Whitehouse for third place. The final step of the podium this is for. Touch of door banging on the straight, but I don't know why 18.05 is flashing his lights. No, A, no one can see it. B, there's nothing wrong going on. Still side by side through 1 up to 2. Oh, and a nicely defended by D. Whitehouse, but again, it's going to cost him speed out of 3. But 18.05 can't quite get the same sort of run he did on Logan Greenway. Didn't tuck it up enough through 2. That's not the ideal line from D. Whitehouse. That's going to open the door, but 18.05 can't slot it up the inside. And if this trio aren't careful, they're going to start luring in P-Gib and Snav. They keep fighting like this. They could end up with more cars joining their party. Moving out the front. Here, Cram. Looking to hunt down Philo. He's got a 2-second gap to find. Now Snav 1.5 away from P-Gib, but 1.7 ahead of Bifter. Dusgiver, he's still in 9th. He's falling behind a little bit, but He is getting quicker and quicker with every lap he does. And this is where the battle is at, and you can see that P-Gib is definitely closing in. DY's a little bit wide through the final corner. 1805 kind of went a bit slow to have maybe looked for a cutback or a switchback. It's meant Logan Greenway's up the inside of 1805. So he's now slotted in between. P-Gib's still catching this group. He's only 1.1 away. Logan Greenway now looking to take third place away from D Whitehouse. Up to the first chicane. They hit the brakes. Oh, and 1805 pops it back to the inside of Logan Greenway. That's for fourth, but the door shuts on the exit. And that's just giving D Whitehouse a little bit of breathing room. But P-Gib is right now in this race. He's gonna have got the corner there through. I think he might have still had two wheels on the curb, so he'd have got away with it. But right now, D Whitehouse is starting to build a gap because Logan Greenway and 1805 are not working together. They are fighting, so there's no slipstream pull going on. At the front, the gap's come down by half a second so far. There is nearly halfway through the race already. Through the chicane of death cleanly. Yes, now there's biffed up. This little battle between Logan Greenway and 1805. 1805 looks to the outside through the final corner. It's not going to do much because the car's going to slide. He's going to lose him some momentum. So an easy one for Logan Greenway to fend off for now. And a lot of movement, a lot of jerkiness. What on earth is 1805 doing? He's like trying to be a snake behind Logan Greenway. Just need to push him down the road. Gone to the inside. 1805 gets through. But this is a D Whitehouse now 1.7 up the road. They are minimising their chances here of catching D Whitehouse and potentially filling that last step at the podium. Logan Greenway immediately looking for a move back through turn 6, and once again more time is lost to D Whitehouse. And I know D Whitehouse is into the stream, so this is going to be music to his ears, as they could say. Logan Greenway still on the back of 1805, practically pushing 1805 through the S's. Still, they battle for fourth place. Oh, P-Gib there a little bit sideways out of the chicane of death. That's going to lose him a lot of momentum and subsequently a lot of time. See how big that gap has grown already. It's up to, yeah, he's lost about a second. Oh, Logan Greenway's off wide. On board with the Logan Greenway, coming down towards the final corner. And see, 1805 just goes defensive. Oh, Logan Greenway went to take his line but couldn't, and he's just understeered off. He's just understeered off out of the final corner, put him on the grass. That's lost him a load of time. DYOS says he's going to start typing in the chat rather than race, which is a good effort. But that means P. Gibb now less than a second behind Logan Greenway, who is 1.0 away from 1805, who is now 1.3 behind D. Whitehouse. So D. Whitehouse has probably lost a good second just by typing in the chat. Now, with them not fighting, there is the chance that D. Whitehouse can be reeled in. Meanwhile, at the front, they're side by side. Through the hairpin, and Hero Crown gets through into the lead. Philo will be looking to get back at that immediately. Through the first chicane, through the chicane of death we go. Ever so slightly different lines, different control methods as well. Philo on a controller, Hero Crown on a steering wheel. To the final corner, Hero Crown feels like he must defend this line. And he's going to do so successfully for now. Let's have a look on board. So he's practically pushing Philo down to the hairpin as you go over the crest. Pulls out. Just slides it down the inside. Job is done. But it's not, that job is done, but the overall war is not over because Philo is still right on the back bumper of the Joyce design car. And P. Gibb, just noticed, has gone into position 5. Let's have a look at that. Just, it looks like a simple on the straight overtake. But he's going to have to do some work into turn 2 on this one. So let's keep watching. Into turn 2 they go. P. Gibb, later on the brakes, sweeps around the outside, keeps the inside. Good move that from P. Gibb. Really, really nice move. .7 the gap between D. Whitehouse 1805. Snub currently 3.2 away from Logan Greenway. But it is still Hero Crown at the front with just a quarter of this race to go. Philo's still right on Hero Crown. I reckon we've got probably 3 more laps of racing for everyone. Possibly not Dusk Guyver. DYO's just pulling away from... is he? No, it's down to 1.6. So that gap kind of at a steady ship right now. It's 2.5 to P. Gibb. I think Dusk Guyver is going to probably only get 2 more laps of his race. He'll get 10. But I think everyone else should get 11 laps around this circuit. That's very wide from P. Gibb. He's clipped the wall. And that's going to allow Logan Greenway back into the top 5. He sweeps around the outside through the S's, although I think Logan Greenway's just gone wide. Yes, he has. Big accident for Logan Greenway. Spins up the front wheels. So there's P. Gibb. He goes off onto the grass, clipping that barrier. And Logan Greenway comes in. Oh, tries to take too much curb. Has ended up in him. Going back. Oh, he's behind Bifta as well for good measure. So he's down to 8th. And he's got a bit of work to do. 2.1 seconds to get to Bifter, with probably only 2 laps remaining. Meanwhile, Hirakram has now just started to build a gap. He's up to 0.8 of a second. 8.05. In a comfortable 4th right now. P. Gibb comfortable 5th. The Snav a comfortable 6th. Bifter, and I wouldn't say a comfortable 7th for him, because he's still got Logan Greenway trying to catch him up as they head on to lap number 10 themselves. It's a little bit of a quiet patch here in the last couple of laps. See those small mistakes creeping in. Bifter has got bored of him looking backwards. See there, Bifter using a bit of traction control. Just to stop the front wheel spinning up, losing time. 1 second. Logan Greenway takes a good little chunk in that braking zone through the hairpin as we head up towards the chicanes. About 0.85 at the moment. Oh, a little lift from Bifter. Still Logan Greenway around that 0.8 mark. Now the slipstream starts to pull into effect. Oh, and that's a hell of a move from Logan. I don't know, let's have another look back at that one. So heading up towards turn 2, you can see he's gradually gaining because of the slipstream. It's a very late dive bomb. He's there though. That's a really, really Daniel Ricciardo-esque move from Logan Greenway. It's from miles back, but it's clean as you like. Duskgiver has finished the race in 9th. Hirakram coming through the chicane of death, followed by Philo, who's lost a touch of time. Oh, and hang on. That's D. Whitehouse under attack. I've got a replay marker ready for this. But oh, hang on, no, this is going to be dodgy. Too wide through the chicane of death, and it will be P. Gibb who prevails. But he is going to wait up for him. Good sportsmanship from P. Gibb. Hirakram has won here at Dragon Trail, followed by Philo. Then it's going to become 18.05 after, I think DY was saying to P. Gibb to carry on, because in reality, I don't think that was really P. Gibb's fault. It was very much a tough racing incident, that one. And in the spotlight, DY has also been overtaken by Snab. But 18.05 comes home in 3rd place. A great result from him. P. Gibb will be in 4th. D. Whitehouse 5th, just ahead of Snav. Bifter will come home in 7th. So Logan Greenway's made another mistake somewhere, who will come home in 8th place. Yeah, P. Gibb DY has it just looked like an unfortunate racing incident through the chicane of death. You don't normally go too wide, but the guy on the inside does tend to come off better than if you're on the outside. But there is Next Gen Hero Crown. You're already crowned champion of the Next Gen Virtual Focus League. Came from 9th in the back to win the race with the fastest lap. D1 he outbrakes in turn 1 and ruined 1805 result, so he deserved the podium. Yeah, 1805 drove well tonight. He was really, really good. He gave a thing he didn't. I think it's a tough corner to call, really, that one, because the car will always understeer towards that outside part. So if you're already on that outside line, it's very hard to make the car bite in. You've got to turn in quite early. So yeah, I think generally I think it was a bit of racing. But it was good racing from the guys tonight in the Virtual Focus Cup. Hero Grammy winner Philo and 1805 are your podium. Next week, where do we head next week is a very, very good question. So next week is the final round of this season, round number 10. I'm just double checking my thought pattern on where we are. Yes, we are. So next week we had the Brad's Hatch GP for the finale of this league. So do join us then. We'd like to thank the Virtual Focus Cup for having an amazing prize that Hero Crown has won. He gets to drive an actual Focus Cup car in real life, so we'd like to thank those, and thank you all for watching tonight. But stay tuned next week for more Focus Cup action. Coming up though for Next Gen on Streamwise Sunday, we have the Fastar BMW M4 League. That'll be commentated on by CJW Racing on his Twitch, so do check that one out on Sunday. But from myself and everyone here, thank you all for watching tonight, and good night.